What's going on, guys? Rapid Fire here, also known as Michael, if you want to call me that. And, with the failed live commentary battle from the battle I just uploaded with the failure, and a little bit of beatboxing I noticed, but anyways, I decided that I'm just gonna record a battle that I had against an acquaintance of mine at the time, Mike and Michael. As you can see on his team, he has a Kyogre, Magmortar, Abomasnow, Politoed, Raichu, and Slowking. And I decided to mix things up and put on my team a Swampert, Typhlosion, Infernape, Greninja, Serperior, and Feraligatr. And if any of you have a shiny Greninja, it would be much appreciated. I'll trade you any of my current shinies. I pretty much almost have every single shiny legendary, so if you're looking for a shiny legendary, I won't mind trading it over to you. I can just copy another, duplicate another from my Black 2 and just make another shiny. So yeah, let's just hop right into this battle. So anyways, get that Team Flare music going. Anyways, Mike decides to lead off with his Slowking. I decided to lead off with my Swampert because I thought he would, just looking at my team, I thought he was going to lead off with the Raichu, but it turns out he didn't. So I decided to switch out into my Greninja, which this isn't my protein one, which kind of sucks. Anyways, he goes for the Toxic, and the next turn I use Dark Pulse, and it does about, I'd say it does about 40%, 40-45%, yeah, around there. Anyways, he goes for the Water Pulse, hoping for the confusion. Unfortunately, he doesn't get it. I use another Dark Pulse, and it brings him down to, I'd say 5%. Yeah, just about. Though he does have a Citrus Berry, so afterwards he's at about 20-25%. He goes for another Water Pulse, hoping for the confusion, and this time he does get it, which sucks, but and I am taking damage from the Toxic, but you already know we don't love these hoes. I break out of the confusion and use Dark Pulse and wind up knocking it out. It was a critical, so it wouldn't have mattered if it was a critical or not anyway, so yeah. Next turn he decides to lead off with, go out to his Raichu, and I wind up snapping out of confusion and using Ice Beam. I was just hoping for the freeze at this point. It doesn't happen, and he goes for the Thunderbolt and winds up knocking me out. And next turn, I decided to go out to my Swampert and use an Earthquake. My shiny Swampert. He decides to go for the Grass Knot, which is to be expected. It's pretty common on Raichus. Actually, anyways, I go for the Earthquake, and it does wind up knocking it out. Because, come on. Well, that I know was a critical, but I would have knocked it out either way. Anyways, he goes out to his Politoed next, and I decided to go for the Hammer Arm, knowing I'm faster, just to get off some good damage. And I do wind up taking off about 50% of it. Unfortunately, he does use, he uses Psychic, but unfortunately due to the speed drop, he is going to be faster now, and winds up knocking me out. And at this point, I decided to go out to my Infernape. Now, I bet you're wondering, why am I going out to Infernape? Well, I actually have Thunder Punch on this thing. So, it must have surprised the living hell out of him when he saw that I went out to a Fire type, and I do have Thunder Punch. So, anyways, he goes out to his Abomasnow next. And let me just tell you something. Right here, he decides to Mega Evolve. And if you know the stats of Mega Abomasnow, he's bulky. And I use Flame Charge. This isn't a critical, because a critical would have knocked it out, but even so, even with all of his new bulk, I take off a clean 95%. He uses Blizzard, and it doesn't do much to me. I just decided to go for another Flame Charge just to boost my speed up again. So I'm pretty much at a speed boost equivalent to a Swords Dance now, which is pretty awesome, I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, there goes his Mega, and I believe he goes out. Yeah, he goes out to his Kyogre, and I don't know why he did, honestly. But anyways, I decided, since I'm at +2 speed, I decided to go for the Thunder Punch. And get off, actually, a really nice amount of damage to it. Anyways, with the Drizzle, he's able to hit the Thunder with 100% accuracy. I do wind up fainting, and this next turn, I go out to my Superior and use Leaf Blade. And I actually don't know what he was going to use, because I wind up getting a critical. Wait, no. I think that's later on, actually. I think. Anyways, he decides to go out to his last Pokemon, Magmortar. And, I'm predicting him to use a Fire-type move, so I decide to go out to my Feraligatr. And this Feraligatr is pretty beastly, actually. It knows Dragon Dance, Crunch, Ice Fang, and Aqua Jet, so it's a pretty powerful moveset. Anyways, yeah, here's the Dragon Dance, so I'm pretty much +1 on speed and my attack. He decides to go for the Psychic, and it does a pretty good amount, but this next turn I decide to go for the Aqua Jet and completely destroys life. So yeah. I don't know why the Flame Body activated just then, but it did. And that was the end of the battle. At the time he lost 0-3, I still had my Feraligatr Superior, and Typhlosion never saw the light of day in this battle. So that's pretty awesome. And yeah, guys, remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Also rate this video. It'll really help the channel grow in size and popularity. And let me know you want to see some more Wi-Fi battles, and if you want in the future some Let's Plays. So, other than that, I will see you guys next time.